What up, dogs? This is Brandon Lee, and I'm going to be showing you guys a little bit about Fireworks using it as a wireframing tool, as a click-through prototyping method. Just a little bit of a backstory here for those of you who don't know anything about Fireworks. It is basically just a bitmap and a vector graphics editor that is great for creating and modifying images or digital drawings to help with designing websites and application interfaces. I personally started using Fireworks this past summer, and it's now like by far my favorite prototyping tool ever. And the reason why is that it's essentially a combination of Illustrator, InDesign, and Photoshop all in one. And if you're familiar with those other programs and haven't used Fireworks, you really are missing out because it's very easy to apply what you know in the other programs here. So it makes it easy to use if you're already familiar with the Adobe software. However, if you haven't, or you're less familiar, it might take you a little longer to learn, but you still can do that. And the purpose here is just to kind of scratch the surface of the surface of the surface of the monster that is Fireworks. So we'll go ahead and get started here. When you open up the software, you first get prompted with a template wizard type deal, and just click on start a document. You can set the number in inches, pixels, or centimeters. We'll just go with inches. And from here you can choose the resolution, canvas color itself, which is just the background white, transparent, or you can customize it to a particular color. We'll just keep it at white, and hit OK. So it brings up your canvas right here. So over here you have your tools, pretty standard. With Adobe, you got the selection tools. You can draw, make selections, certain areas, create lines and all that stuff. Over here on the right side, you have basically your panels, which are essentially to help you organize and kind of do a lot of the work with the content that's already on the screen. I think by default you'll have an expanded mode, which looks like this. And this is really all you need, and it helps if you're not doing a lot. But like I'm already so used to using the iconic mode with panel names that's what we'll use. And once you get really good, you can go with just iconic, which just shows icons. To help with screen real estate. That way you have more room to actually see the page. But for now, yeah, like I said, we'll go with the panel names. And the bottom here, then, this is where you actually can modify any other aspect of the page itself. You can change the canvas size, any images you have, the colors, and if you have any actual objects up there. If I draw this arrow, with a normal size stroke, it's can be adjusted down here, changing the color of the inside with the fill, changing the color of the border, transparency and all that kind of stuff. So that's essentially what the bottom does. Is actually it's almost like your Photoshop portion down here, and over here is your Illustrator portion, and here's your InDesign portion, essentially. So yeah, so that's kind of the basics of that. Going into it though, what we need to do before you can actually create a click-through prototype is understand pages and layers. So let's give you a quick rundown on that. Pages are exactly what they sound like. They are pages of your application or website. They link together in some way so that whenever you click on a part of your prototype that you designate as a button or a link, it goes to that page. With layers, which you can access down here or up here, you can kind of go to all of them. You can see that it kind of rotates through just for speed's sake. The layers are extremely important, not only for organizing your content, but how they might appear on the page. So yeah, let's go ahead and actually get into creating a click-through prototype, or a click-through scenario, I guess. Let's say you want to create an iPhone application. So first thing we're going to need is an iPhone background. So you can either just draw the screen, or if you want, one of the great things that I like to do is just bring photos off the web. You can, if you're working on a software that has a lot of pages that you want to get through, you can just do screenshots of the page and use that on every page as your background. So you don't have to draw up from scratch. Let's see, the iPhone, this looks good. Obviously, when you're using these, you're going to want to make sure you do some proper citations, make sure you know if you're stealing stuff. I am right now, I'm not going to, I'm being a little thief and just throw it all in here. So let's say this is your background, and every page you have is going to be this. So one of the great things is you don't have to actually create a new page or a new image for every single page that you make. If I want to make another page, right now it's blank. So what you can do is use something called master pages. And a master page, all you do is right click on it and you can set as master page. And what that does is when you create a new page, that is there on every single page. And you'll notice on each of these, when you look at the layers, it creates a whole new layer and it has the master page layer so you can see what's there. And then any modifications you make here appear on all those pages. So, okay, so now let's just get into the linking together. To link stuff together, you need to create hotspots. So, for example, let's say in this one we want to create an application. We'll just create the rectangle tool here, and we'll make a, let's say this is the app button. Let me get rid of some of this nonsense. We'll make it, so that's black. Let's make the inside, we'll say it's a blue application. You can create text to put in it, you know, whatever. App. And down here you can change all that stuff. If you want to change the actual font, you know, whatever. Size, color, whatnot. We'll make this white. So let's say that's the app. You want that to go to this page, let's say, and you want this page to look like this. This is your, when you open the app. App is open. And you can't see it because the text is white from when I had it last time. So we'll make it black. App is open. Okay. So if you want to create a link from this page to that page and you want to test that, you need to do is create the hotspot over here, which is under web. Hotspot. Select it. Boom, you have it right there. And now you need to actually set the designation, and that's down here. Using the link tool, you can actually choose which pages they go to, and it puts, you know, the ones on top that actually have content or the most recently modified. So we'll select that. So that shows that when you click on this, it's going to take you to page 3. So what you can do is, actually the cool thing is you have a preview mode right here. When you click on preview, it actually, you know, lets you view the what it looks like. It doesn't work very well, so I don't like to use it because you see you can't click to go to the other page. So what I do is you go to File and you can go to Preview in Browser. It's important to know that if you click Preview in Chrome or whatever the browser is, it's only going to show that page, and if you try clicking on it, it'll give you an error. So you need to preview all pages. So we'll do that, and it brings it up. And there you have it. And if you click on it, boom, takes you to the app. It's open. So it's actually really, really handy to have that. I, you know, just close it out every time, and there's a shortcut for it. I think it's Control F12. Yeah. So if I hit Control F12 or Command F12 on a Mac, you can just open it up right away. Control F12 opens it up, and you can test it out how it would look there. So yeah. So that's just the very, very basics of actually creating click-through prototype. That's all I have for now. I know that was hardly anything, and it took like 10 minutes, but I'll try to do some more videos that get into a little bit more depth about some of these things. Until then, though, you know, enjoy playing around with it, and happy prototyping. Thanks for watching.